Hi loves, it's Lacey and welcome to our space. Today's video is going to be some quick and easy table decor that I'm going to be utilizing these hurricane vases, the short one and tall one from Dollar Tree. Also, I have another one that I got at the thrift store, and I do believe this one came from Walmart. I picked these because they're all three different sizes, and I want to put them more like a centerpiece for my table, but you can do yours any kind of way you want. I also have this decorative plate from the nicer selection over at Dollar Tree, and these puck lights. These came from Amazon. These are my favorite puck lights from Amazon. They change colors. They'll filter through all of the colors. They are battery operated, and I'm going to be utilizing those. I also have this big, huge pick that has several different kinds of greenery that's all flocked on here, along with some pine cones, and the other pick that's sitting there in front of you, plus this gorgeous eucalyptus. I got both the one that's sitting on my mat and this from Joann's when they went out of business. I actually bought 3 of these big ones really cheap, but I know you can find similar things at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. So let's get started here. I'm going to be using my Ryobi, because you know I love Ryobi, compact glue gun. This one takes the mini glue sticks, and I have very long ones. Now normally I use Gorilla Glue sticks, but these are the really cheap clear ones that I've had in my stash for years. I suggest if you make this that you use the clear ones. The Gorilla Glue sticks are a little cloudy and they hold things very firmly. These hold things really nice and firm, but like I put a lot of my stuff outside, and so I prefer the Gorilla ones for that. But this will make these hurricane vases look like they are covered in ice, and that is my goal. So to do this, I'm pressing the tip of my glue gun right against the glass, and what that does is smear the glue around it, and then I'm turning it back down each time I do it so gravity can take effect and pull it down just a little bit. I sped all this footage up. This took me a little while. I was just sitting here listening to some music and doing it, so it's going to take you a whole lot longer, of course, than what you see me do it. And if you have glue strings or anything like that, or clumps, make sure that you pull those off after it's completely dry. Be careful, hot glue is hot. And then I'm taking this plate and I'm putting all of these 3 vases, and the bottom of the one just still has a sticker on it. I didn't bother taking it off. I know it probably is bugging some people. It's bugging me watching it now too. I just didn't take it off because the puck light's going to go in them. So I'll put the puck light in this one so it doesn't bug anybody else that's like me that has OCD and it was driving me crazy. You could see it. I should have took it off. And I'm putting these inside that inner circle that's there. They fit in there perfect. It makes them all the same distance from the outside. And then I'm going to take this pick. It also came from Joann's. I love these little pine pieces that are super thin. They have like a little snow dusting on them, fake snow dusting or icy on them. I'm just going to peel them all off and start sticking them in between where each hurricane lantern or vase, I guess they're vases, where each vase comes together. So all 3 spots all the way around. I'm going to use some of the glue and stick them to the plate, not to the actual lantern. I am not going to glue down the lantern vases. I just said I was going to call them vases, and I'm still calling them lanterns. Like this. I know I film from above most of the time, so it's hard to see. So I got my camera down so you guys can see that these are individual pieces of this pine. And then I glue some of them together, and I stick them between where these meet up. I just think it'll be pretty that way. I'm going to use several different pieces of pine or foliage that you would normally see at this time of year. I'm making this in neutral colors too, or as neutral as it works for me in my house. You can use any colors you want. I think it'd be really pretty with natural Christmas colors like the greens and reds and stuff, or whatever colors your decor are. And if you've been on my channel before, you know I say I do this to my personal preference. I'm just giving you ideas to make things. This isn't like a full tutorial where you have to have the things that I have. So these are the ones that made me wanted to do this. This is eucalyptus and it is snow dusted. They are so soft. They feel like lamb's ear. And a lot of these are kind of bent over where they're like a crescent shape. And I love that too. And I have 3 full picks of these. And I will tell you now, I use like one whole stem and then a little bit off of another shorter stem for this. So all I'm doing is gluing where they come off. They just peel off like that. I didn't break them or anything. They're on the stem. So I'm taking the little ends and I'm putting glue on them, and I'm again gluing to the plate. Now you could glue to the hurricane as well, or the vase as well. And I just don't want to glue everything down to the plate in case I want to move them around somewhere or put them on something else, because I did see a crystal looking plate at one of the stores and I can't remember which one it was, and I think that it would be beautiful on that too. So I could move those at one time and maybe even stick the whole plate on the crystal plate now that I think about it. But anyway, I want some of them to come up. And so I am then going to glue like one of the little leaves on this one to the actual vase. But you have to remember you already have hot glue on the vase if you do this, so you have to hold it on there for quite a while. So this is sped up just a little because nobody wants to watch me put glue on a vase over and over again once you know how, or how to put things on. And I'm just doing it, like I said, to personal preference. You can do yours any kind of way you want. But I'm going to use the majority of the ones you see I took off the stem all the way around. I'm going to kind of camouflage where the vases touch the tray. And I'm going to kind of camouflage where they meet up with each other. And yes, I have the one light on in there, but I'm also going to put all 3 lights in, and I don't think I'm going to do that color, but I'll show you all the colors that I have for the lights for this. And again, I'm using my Dollar Tree spatula because hot glue is hot. Please don't burn yourself trying something like this. I have long nails and I usually just hold it with my long nails so I won't burn my fingers. See, I'm still holding it with my nails. So be careful. So now we're just going to go back and forth from upper down. It's harder for me to film from the side, but I want you to see how it fans out some from the top. And I'm taking smaller pieces and sticking them in. I'm cutting some of them and sticking them in. You can cut off individual leaves and stick them in if it's someplace that's bugging you. And that's all I'm doing. And it turns out really, really pretty. So I have all of these left over, and I think I'd still use that last one. And I'm showing you here, I just used one stem and then a little bit off this stem, and I still have all of that left. And I have 2 more picks like that. I think they were originally $16.99, and I got them right when they went out of business. They had a lot of Christmas stuff out too for like $1.99. So that was pretty good. So once we get all of those on, then I'm going to go to my really big pick here. And it has like 4 different kinds of pine on here, and then some other pieces that all are flocked and snow colored. So I love this one right here. I love how this pine is thicker, has way more snow on it, and I'm going to cut the top portion off and stick it in. And most of the big stuff is going to go in the little curves where 2 of the vases are connected to each other. So I really think this is a nice contrast, and I'm going to show you here with the super thin pine. And if you are OG for my channel, you know I'm extra. You could stop here. You don't have to do anymore. I put another one of those that I cut off on a different direction, and it would be fine. But I'm super extra, so you know I'm going to go the extra mile on here and put a whole bunch more in. So these are kind of flat, and they have a lot of snow on the end. So I'm going to take these and lay them down flat. I don't want to cover up all of the plate that it's on, because the plate is gorgeous and the edge of it looks like it's crystal or it's got snow. So that's what it looks like from the top with all of those. Now I want to use these pine cones. There's like 5 of them on here. I was going to use the little ones, but I don't really like those that much. I could put more snow on them, but they're tiny. They won't show up as much. So I'm going to use 3 of them and put them in the 3 sections where they connect all the way around. And I could have done so much more with this, but I thought I'd kind of slow it down and not make it too busy. Let's put it that way. You could too use these vases for actual florals. You could put water in them and float candles. There's all kinds of things you could do with this. I just love that it is pretty quick DIY. I think you could do it all in about an hour. Like I said, I sped up the footage of me putting the glue around because that was just unnecessary to watch, but you can see where I put the pine cones in, and look at the actual vases. It, even without any light on, it looks like ice. I just love it. I have it sitting on this gorgeous mirror that I got from at home stores years ago. It's reflecting my actual artwork on the wall. Thought it went perfectly with this, and I actually put some of the little glitter that has a little bit of gold and a little bit of silver glitter balls in the front portion of this, but the mirror has crystals that go all the way around it, and I thought it's the perfect thing for my centerpiece to sit on. So I love how this turned out. It was very budget friendly. I used everything I had in my stash. I actually didn't buy anything for this project. I already have a ton of the vases and stuff. I picked them up when I see them at the thrift store, like the medium one. And then the small one, I probably have 10 of those in my stash from doing my daughter's weddings and other people's things. And the tall ones they came out with last year, and I picked up a couple of those. And look at what it looks like. I love that it reflects the actual faces in this mirror. Even if you don't have a mirror to put it down, it's just a really pretty centerpiece in my opinion. So that's it for this video. I do have this with cool white light, and this is it with the warm white light. I think that's beautiful too. That actually kind of matches my decor and the rest of my house better. So if I wanted to put this someplace else and not on that mirror, it would go well with that. But like I said, these lights, they change colors. Now, I'm not a big fan of the red, but it's a Christmassy color. And the green, it's a little too bright for me too. But then my lights, and I will link these down below if you want to get them, they have like 10 colors on it. This one is really pretty and kind of nice for the holiday season. It also has like a lavender, and on this lavender I still have one of them more with the blue, and it makes it look a little different. And it will change on its own, and it changes with different patterns. There's like a yellow there is a lighter green. That is a really pretty combination too if you want to do something like that. Even if you don't work these lights for the holiday season, aren't they fun? Like you could do them for a party or something, or a DIY for kids. So that's it for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below, would you make this DIY? And if you do, please share it with me, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, loves.